Now, we've all been promised millions by a long-lost relative over an SMS, but did you know that the vast majority of receivers actually click on the link or reply to the person giving out their personal details? Well, SMishing is an easy way for fraudsters to prey on their victims, but luckily for us, SABRIC CEO Kalyani Pillay is back in the loft to explain how we can avoid these scams. Welcome back, Kalyani. Lovely to have you with us.
Thank you, Bonnie.
So when it comes to SMishing, what baits do these SMishermen use?
Well, they certainly use, as an example, the one you spoke about now, as competitions. So they would send out these messages saying that you've won some fancy competition, or that some relative has died and that they've left you money and they've now located you. It really is about them sending out this information that they know is going to make you want to know more. So they may even send you a message saying somebody's deposited money into your account, we confirm the deposit's done, click on the link to get more information. And that's what people do. They click immediately because you're curious and you want to know.
Yeah.
So, of course, what happens is that most often malware is sitting behind that link. And that's why we say to people, don't ever click on a link in an unsolicited communication, you know, even if it's just an SMS.
Absolutely.
And what happens then is that whatever's on your phone, because if you're doing it on your phone, we're getting an SMS on your phone or on your smart device, they have access to everything that's on that device. So we say to people also, don't save your PIN numbers and your password on your phone. Don't do that.
Wow.
Because if they get access to information, if there's spyware or malware loaded onto that device, they can then find all of that.
Yes.
So, you know, it's really important for people to know where you're storing your information, but also not to respond to these SMSs where somebody just comes out of the blue and always promising you something.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not sure, make a call to who you think it's coming from, but from a number that you know.
Yeah.
Or do your homework and find a number for that particular company or whatever. If it's from an individual, well, then, of course, try calling them, but they're going to tell you exactly what's on there.
Absolutely.
Just rather delete it and forget about it.
And as the saying goes, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably isn't.
It's certainly, yeah, definitely a scam.
So where do these criminals actually get our contact details?
Well, you know, if you stop for a moment and think about it, if we look at how many places does our cell number reside in? I mean, we give it to people all the time for various reasons. And cyber criminals are absolutely amazing at how they harvest personal information of people. And so for them to get access to a whole mass of cell numbers, it's not a difficult thing. On the dark web, criminals also, cyber criminals are able to access all kinds of information, and cell numbers certainly are information, you know, certainly easily obtainable by them. And they get it in bulk, and of course they just send out their messaging in bulk as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
So if you get sent an OTP, but you're not actually on a transaction, what should you do? And should you alert someone?
You should be extremely concerned immediately, but don't just panic. You need to contact your bank immediately to let them know that somebody has got access to your information and that they're about to do a transaction. When you receive an OTP, when you're not doing a transaction, you should not be receiving it. So the minute you get something out of the blue, you're not doing a transaction, you should be worried about it. So don't give anybody that OTP. Delete it. Because what the criminal does is that by the time that OTP comes to you, the unsolicited OTP, when you didn't call for it, it means that the criminals have access to all your banking information. It means that they've already lined up a transaction. All they need now to complete it is the OTP. So what they're doing is that they make a call, and that now is vishing. They make a call to you and they say, you are about to receive an OTP. We've picked up that there's going to be a fraudulent transaction on your account. It's part of the bank's monitoring system.
Right.
We're picking this up. We're going to stay on the line. The minute you get this OTP number, give it to us. We'll cancel the transaction. People get into a state of panic, and so, of course, they provide this number. Don't ever do that.
Okay.
You'd never, ever have to give anybody your OTP ever. Not over the phone, not by email or anything. The only time you need to use your OTP is when you're doing a transaction and you receive it to complete your transaction.
Right.
Otherwise, just delete it. But very important, contact your bank to let your bank know. Change your passwords, change your PIN numbers, just to be cautious that you know that if anyone has access to your information, you're now minimizing that risk by changing all of it. In fact, we should get into the habit, all of us, because we know that cyber criminals are constantly on the lookout to look at how they can compromise. We should, as part of our normal taking care of ourselves and our information, change our passwords regularly. People don't like to do it because it's such a bother to have to remember, but actually criminals are forcing us to do that. So our advice is, please don't respond to any of these SMSs. Don't click on any links that come with it, and change your passwords as regularly as possible. And keep your phone locked. Make sure that your screen is always locked.
It's always locked,
yes,
of course.
Yes,
yeah. Wow, thank you so much for this advice. It's really going to come in handy for all of us. Thank you, Kalyani.
It's a pleasure, Bunny.
So now you're all clued up on SMishing. You're probably feeling a lot more at ease, but don't relax just yet, because there are other scams out there too. So join us next week, please, when SABRIC CEO Kalyani Pillay explains how to avoid becoming a victim and how to carry cash safely.
We are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are SABRIC.